Hello there, and welcome back to the Endless Kingdom. I'm your Noms host, and today on a not-so-critical review, we're going to be once again looking into one of Disney's more popular animated series, The Owl House. Now, for those of you who kept up with my reviews thus far, you know I've reviewed The Owl House before. One review for every season, but this time I am reviewing it as one. That was always the plan. So, if you're interested in a season-by-season look or want all of it at once, well, you now have the option. But getting on point. The Owl House is a horror-themed action-adventure following the tale of Luz Noceda, a young 14-year-old girl, very imaginative and creative with a passion for all things fantasy and magic, as she explores the fascinating yet extreme world of the Boiling Isles, a civilization of witches and demons built upon the remains of a gargantuan titan. Hence the horror elements. Won't find a single area of the Boiling Isles where you aren't reminded of the fact that it's built on top of a corpse. But that just adds to the charm. Luz makes her way through the Boiling Isles, making friends, learning magic in a unique way, and through the help of Eda the Owl Lady, the infamous resident of the Boiling Isles, who was a bit of a recluse thanks to the fact that she's been cursed for most of her life. A curse that is one of the main elements of her character, along with her being wild, uncontrollable, extremely mischievous, but very caring to those she holds close to her heart. Eda acts as Luz's mentor, though you won't be able to tell it at first. Like I said, wild and uncontrollable, that lady. But she does help Luz and give her good advice. It's quite often. And well, Luz and the next character of interest, King, Eda's friend slash roommate slash later adoptive son. You'll watch the show to know all that journey comes about. King is basically the adorable sidekick of the group, though he hates to be referred to as such. He goes through a lot of changes all throughout, but I'll get to that later, as changes and character growth are one of the main themes of the Owl House. Seen prominently in Luz's first friend, Willow, who starts out as timid and scared of other people's opinions, to becoming fierce yet very protective. Quite nice to see. Same to a lesser extent with Gus, the youngest of Luz's friend and group. Most of his changes are just expansions on his knowledge, and he becomes more controlled in his fanboy obsessions of humans. But what can you do? Speaking of control, there's Amity Blight, Luz's love interest and actual girlfriend throughout half the series. That's one of the nicer things about the Owl House. It breaks the will they, won't they, a romance trope, but actually has the main character in a committed relationship throughout most of the series run. And that, and it's a great representation for the LGBTQ groups. It's a relationship between two girls, but no one bats an eye at it whatsoever. Not even the bad guys. As of the show, like Amity's mother, who was a very controlling person in Amity's life, causing her to start out as a bit of a bully, but thanks to Luz, who's grown into one of the most caring individuals you'll ever see on television. Ah yes, character growth. It's everywhere in the Owl House. From Luz, who's now she goes from simply wanting to use fantasy to escape her problems, to wanting to genuinely help improve the world around her. to Ida, who goes from recluse to opening up to friends and family, to King, who goes from wannabe tyrant to supporting younger brother. Yes, growth is everywhere during this series, even with antagonists, like Ida's sister Lilith, who was once the head of the Boiling Isles military, the Emperor's Coven, very strict and by the book, but turned into a supporting aunt figure, or for lack of a better term. And Hunter, right-hand man of the main antagonist Emperor Belos, who at first falls the Emperor without question, then becomes one of Luz's closest friends. Yes, not the one person who doesn't change, Emperor Belos, tyrant of the Boiling Isles who rules with an iron fist, with an agenda slowly revealed throughout his appearances that frankly makes him one of the craziest characters to ever appear here in a Disney cartoon. It's his machinations that cause most of the conflict to the story, which at first appear to be simple societal troubles those Luz and Ida disagree with, but are in fact all caused by Belos. Don't see him till the end of the first season, but when he shows up, he has an impact. There's little that appears in this show that doesn't have an impact. That's one of the great things about it. When something feels like it has weight, it'll have weight for a long time. And from Ida's curse to how she deals with the curse, to slowly learning magic, to the reasons behind Amity's behavior, even elements of the past, as from before Luz showed up in the Isles, those which are only hinted to, but do have an impact. It's not perfect, there are elements that could have been touched upon more, but like I often say, what show is? For what is shown, the Owl House delivers in spades. Admittedly, it's a bit serialized, so you'll have to watch it in a certain order, but there are plenty of episodes where though there are connections to the past, you don't need to know everything to appreciate it. The episodes stand out enough on their own to be just as enjoyable. Well, that's one of the better things about this show. But follows the serialized story format, it is definitely a show that you can enjoy at your leisure, or watch it all at once. Equal entertainment either way. The Owl House was a fine 3-year journey with the potential for spin-offs in the future. Might have been cut a little short due to choices at Disney's end, and it made do with what it had in the best way possible. If you enjoy fantasy, action and adventure, an isekai story for those who know what that is, magic every which way, a bit of school drama, during the first season at least, ever-changing and evolving characters, a megalomaniacal overlord villain, and great action sprinkled about in just the right amount, and the Owl House is the show for you. 3 seasons, 40 episodes, and 3 specials, all in one fine package. If you're looking for some cartoon entertainment, the Owl House will not disappoint. But, as I always say, I'm not here to tell you if this show is good or bad. I'm here to state my opinion and through it let you decide if Disney's The Owl House, created by Dana Terrace, is something you'd like to watch. So, if you think The Owl House strikes your fancy, you can find it for easy streaming on Disney Plus as well as on Disney's official YouTube channel. And if you feel I didn't go into enough detail, I have reviews for the rest of the season. Link in the description below. And speaking of reviews, if you enjoyed this review, you can like the video, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and click the notification bell to stay up to date on all future reviews on this channel, as well as share it around with anyone you think would enjoy this content. So until the next not-so-critical review, I've been your anonymous host of the Endless Kingdom, and I wish you all a good day.